Happy New Year's Eve! Welcome to our Spins and Turns workshop. So this is John and I'm Tasha, of course, at All About Dance. We dove right in tonight starting with a pivot. Okay, so the first drill that we went through was taking a forward traveling step and then pivoting. We talked about when we're taking that forward step, we're lining it up. We have our rotational axis and we're going to soften in the knee so we can send the hips back over that new standing foot. That's a pivot. Later in the class, we introduced our reverse pivot, where we're rotating right off of that standing foot and back to the mirror pivot. Okay? But let's go back and we'll show our forward traveling pivot one more time. So again, and I'm doing the ladies' footwork on the right, John's doing starting with our left. It's good to practice both. Ready? We have step, pivot, and then we step. Sorry, John. But we made a linking sequence. By then, we can reverse it. So now, gals, I'm starting forward on my left, and John's going to start forward on his right. So we step forward, we pivot, hips back, and then we step back. Again, step forward, pivot, step back, step forward, pivot, step back. That'll be a really good drill to practice at home. Next, we added on our chaîné turn, okay? Our chaîné we set up also with a forward traveling step. So we're going to set it up forward. On our chaîné, it's a quick. So we're closing and opening. We're thinking of having our body wound up. If you see from the side, as I take my step forward, I'm leaving that side of my body behind. Then I'm ready to close it up and open it. Okay? We briefly talked about making sure that, again, our knees are soft. But we talked about we do a quarter rotation changing weight, and then we rotate the additional 3/4 to find our line. That's that opening, closing, opening, closing. Cool? Do you have additional tips on anything I said so far? Okay. Then we put them together. Okay? So we had, and this is, again, it's just solo drills so far. So we did our step forward. We have our pivot. Did we put anything in the one? Nope, we did not. We actually did the chaîné first and then the pivot. So when we put it together, we have our stepping forward. We do our chaîné. So chaîné. Then we did our pivot, hips back to the mirror. Good. Then we were set up to link this by stepping forward, chaîné, pivot. Okay? So those are, again, some drills to practice in a smaller space. Then we put it together. We applied this particular sequence into our two-step. But again, we mentioned you're going to find chaînés and pivots in any of these dances you're going to be learning. So we'll demonstrate how we did our sequence as part of the dance, and then how we did it as a couples drill together. So to apply it to two-step, we have quick, slow, outside turn, quick, extra rotation to back line of dance. Here we start. We've got our chaîné pivot sequence. So we have chaîné, pivot, forward, then chaîné, pivot, back. Okay? And we practiced this sequence a couple of times. So let's do the same thing reversed, just from our V sequence. So again, you guys can see this is how we linked it into a sequence to practice repetitively. We have chaîné, pivot, forward. Chaîné, pivot, back. So it's an inside turn, pivot, forward, and pivot, forward.